Hello and welcome to Network News. Today we're once again turning our attention to the Northumberland line, as the opening date of the line's newest station has just been announced. But first, a reminder of what the Northumberland line actually is. Stretching between Newcastle and Ashington, the Northumberland line adds 18 miles to the passenger network on what had previously been a freight-only line. It's got 6 new stations, which have been opening in phases. Ashington and Seaton Delaval were the first to open in December 2024, followed by Newsham on the 17th of March 2025. Blyth Bebside has now been announced as the next to open on the 19th of October, before finally being followed by Northumberland Park and Bedlington sometime early next year. This represents a delay to the originally planned timeframe for the line's opening, as originally Ashington, Seaton Delaval and Newsham were meant to open in December 2024, with the remaining stations opening in 2025, so it's a shame to see that the final 2 stations won't be complete until 2026. In addition, as has become all too common in the railway world, the line has also suffered from budget increases, with the latest news showing that the cost of the line has increased from £298.6 million to £336.4 million. A large part of these cost increases can be attributed to a multitude of unforeseen setbacks, including unexploded bombs and unmapped mineworks beneath the line. Despite these challenges though, the line has still been a resounding success, achieving passenger numbers of 500,000 within the first 8 months. A lot of online discourse about the line has focused on how this has been significantly higher than the 200,000 people projected to use the line within the first year. I haven't been able to find a good source for that 200,000 figure, but the Strategic Outline business case from 2019 assumes 311,000 within the first year, under a scenario where the line opens with 4 stations and an hourly frequency. Given the line actually opened with 2, later increasing to 3 stations, and a half-hourly frequency, 200,000 doesn't seem too far off, so I'm going to assume those were the projected ridership figures. Turning our attention back to the station at Blyth Bebside, and it'll be the second station to serve the town, following the opening of Newsham earlier this year, and will sit on the border between Zone C and Zone D of the pop card system, with the journey to the centre of Newcastle taking just 29 minutes. The station itself will have 2 platforms and receive a half-hourly service in each direction between Newcastle and Ashington, and is linked to the rest of the town through a new footbridge over the A189. The first train to leave the station is expected to be the 8:23 service to Ashington on the morning of Sunday the 19th of October. Northumberland County Council leader Glenn Sanderson said, "It's great to be able to confirm the opening of our next station. We have purposely designed the station to be as easy as possible to get to by foot or by bike, with a brand new bridge opening and cycle parking at the station. The amazing passenger numbers already show just how much need there has been for this line, whether it's commuters, students heading to college or university, or people travelling for leisure. It's been truly transformational." The opening of Bebside Station will no doubt bring a further boost to these passenger numbers, and we look forward to residents and visitors using this station in the coming weeks. It's a shame to see that Bedlington and Northumberland Park have been pushed back to next year, but the opening of Blyth Bebside this year is nevertheless exciting, as it represents a crucial step in the delivery of the Northumberland line. It's great to see how well the line is being used. Racking up more than 500,000 journeys in the first 8 months, when it wasn't meant to receive even half that amount in the whole year, is extremely encouraging, but also points to a broader issue of underestimating the demand for new rail links. Other modern rail lines have faced similar underestimations, and it just makes me wonder how many other deserving rail schemes out there haven't been delivered because of similar underestimations of passenger usage, as well as what more could have been achieved with the Northumberland line. Given that passenger numbers are almost 4 times higher than expected, I can tell you right now that it wouldn't have cost 4 times more to add electrification to the line, despite this being an essential part of a modern railway that would not only benefit the passenger trains, but also the extensive number of freight services which use the line. A little extra money could also help create things like proper enclosed waiting rooms and booking halls, allowing the stations to become proper hubs for the local community, rather than just liminal spaces that people try to spend as little time in as possible. So clearly some changes are needed to the system we use to assess the value of transport investment, but that absolutely should not stop us celebrating the success of the Northumberland line and campaigning for similar investments in the future. But what are your thoughts on the Northumberland line? Will you be there for the opening of Blyth Bebside on the 19th of October? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Network News for more updates like this, and if you really enjoyed, you can also hype the video, because that's a thing now apparently. Until next time though, thanks for watching.